Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel, or hello if you're new. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Amy and I'm just so excited for you to be here. And so for today's video I thought I would show you the new piece of technology that has been added to our family. And I know that I've done my iPhone video not that long ago, but I just really wanted to share our new purchase with you because I just find that these videos are just so helpful for other people that are considering buying the product and just want to understand what another consumer like them, the average user, thinks. So today I'm so excited that we got the new iPad. So this is the iPad 7th generation. So this is not a Pro, this is not an Air, this is the new iPad, and it was announced exactly the same time as the iPhone 11 Pro Max, which is my new phone. I'll link that video above and down below if you haven't watched that already, because if you're considering getting that phone, hopefully that video helps persuade you maybe. But yeah, me and Rich decided to get this iPad, first of all because we have made a rule that we're not buying each other anything for our birthday or Christmas this year because we're saving for our wedding that will hopefully be happening next year. And we just really struggled with the concept of not actually giving each other anything, so instead we decided to get an iPad to share or to have in the house. Rich had been after an iPad for so long and I've basically convinced him that we don't need it, but we now have so many like apps for the home and things like that that we just generally felt like now was the best time to get one. And the best thing about this new iPad was that it was so much more affordable than any iPads before, really, especially for when they came out. So we decided to go for the iPad 7th generation, and we actually got this in 128 gigabytes because we just thought that if we are like going on holiday, or if we are doing a long car journey and we want to download films or movies or TV programs for us, for Heidi, whatever, we felt like getting the bigger storage on this made more sense. And again, because of how much more affordable it was, we felt like we could do that upgrade. But again, I've mentioned as part of my phone, I'll just use iCloud to increase the storage, but I didn't want the iPad to be linked to my phone because I just hate the fact that when you download apps and stuff, it merges it over. And it's also, my iTunes account is also linked to my iPad mini, so I just want to keep these two separate. So we've actually made a new email for this, like a joint one, so that it's fresh and new, which is really nice. So we went for the 128 gig one, which was £449, and we have, like, we're paying monthly for it because we just feel like that's just best for us. And yeah, I just actually really like it, but I just wanted to talk to you about what came in the box. And all it literally was the iPad and a charging cable and unit. So that was what was in there. Again, really, really lovely box. It actually came the same day as my phone as well, which was really exciting. But this is the iPad. We went again for space grey. If you'd have seen my iPhone video, I would mention there that I got the space grey phone. I just really like Apple's technology to be black. I have a iPad mini that's got the white front, and as much as I like that, I just prefer the look of the black. I just think it looks a little bit more sleek, just personally more to my taste. I don't think there's anything wrong with the white one, but this is just the one that we decided on. So much like getting my phone, we got a case for this straight away. This is just one that I got off of eBay, so it's just like a plastic back there, and it's got that kind of opening, so it's like got the folds on it so that can turn into a stand. I had the Apple version of this for my iPad mini, and it was just magnetic connected and it just wasn't durable enough, honestly, so we just wanted something that really clipped onto the back but had that feature, because I just like the fact it does auto turn off and wake up as soon as you open it up. And because it turns into a stand, it's just good for travel really, so you can have it up like that, watch a film, and then I think also if you go like that, you can, if you connect a keyboard, it's like better for writing. So yeah, that's the case we went for, and we've set this all up. It's just a really ugly family photo of us all, and when we log into it, it's just got that's like a wallpaper that Apple provides, but we've just got some general apps on it at the moment. We've got like a few games that we might play, some things that we have for the home like Alexa and the baby monitor and things like that. This also has iPad OS 13.1.2, so it's all up to date, the newest iOS for iPad, and there's some very big differences that I've noticed between my phone software and the iPad software. So this being the 7th generation one doesn't have Face ID. I think that's more exclusive to iPad Pros, whereas for the like general iPads, the like middle range ones, they still have the home button, which again isn't a problem, especially as it's more of a communal iPad. We've just added both of our fingerprints to it and it's absolutely fine. I don't feel like it needs Face ID on this. It also doesn't have the Memoji option where you can like talk and stuff and it mimics your movement. I think that's because it's more linked to Face ID, but again, I don't think it's something that we need on a joint iPad. I think it's a fun feature on your phone if you're like sending it to someone else that has it, but generally for an iPad, we're not going to be messaging anyone off of it. We're not going to be doing too much in that respect. I think that's more of a phone feature. So again, we don't mind that it's not on here. I like the fact that iPad OS is slightly different in the sense it has like the sidebar and things like that. You've got the control panel that's the same as a phone actually, where you drag it down and you've got your controls there. With a phone, you don't see the battery percentage at the top because there's not enough space for it, whereas with the iPad you can, which is a nice touch. But yeah, there's not too much really to say about it other than the fact that it's really nice and light. It's so light. It's much lighter than previous iPads that there's iPads generally around the family where like my mum and dad have one, Richard's family has one. And generally I feel like this is really light. I think it's probably one of the lightest iPads I've felt. This has got a 10.2 display on it. Again, I don't feel like you need the rich like Super Retina XDR which the iPhone has on this, because whilst we might watch the occasional movie, chances are this will probably remain at home, and so it doesn't really matter, we'll have the TV, and if we do go on holiday then we'll settle for the quality on this. This isn't bad quality at all, so we're more than happy with that. And yeah, we've just bought it just as a little treat and just for something for us to have, and yeah, I do really like it. We've got things like Kindle on it, and I just feel like you use an iPad in your house so much differently to an iPhone, or at least we do. So yeah, I just wanted to share it with you. I wanted to share our first impressions of it, and generally we really like it. Honestly, when we like decided to actually go ahead with the purchase, I was a bit unsure as to whether we'd use it as much as we might have thought. There's always been talk between Rich and I where it's like, oh, we should get an iPad, we should get an iPad. But I think when it came to actually deciding like, should we actually do it, we were a bit like, will we use it though? We're trying to almost convince ourselves out of it. But now that it's here and that we've got just had like a bit of time to like play with it and have it around and just see if we do gravitate towards it, it's something that we probably use more than we thought we would. And I don't think it's just because it's just arrived and it's like the fun of it, because I've had an iPad before, it's not like a new thing for me. But like if Rich is playing the Xbox, he likes to have information beside him to help him further along in the game, or to understand achievements or unlock achievements and things like that. So this is something that he's using and his phone is still separate. I much prefer playing like just silly games like Temple Run and stuff like that on this, because I don't want it to use up my iPhone battery, and when I'm at home I'll probably more likely play those types of games on something like this instead of that. Obviously at home we have Heidi about, so it's not like we're glued to it 24/7, we're always playing with her, but sometimes when she goes to bed and you just want to unwind, you just want to do something silly to take your mind off of things, I just like having something like this, and we're just so pleased with it. We're really happy with the colour, and yeah, it's on those, isn't it? An iPad isn't a necessity, so I'm not going to convince you that it is, but it's such a lovely addition to our technology family, and God knows how much technology we really have in this house. But yeah, we're really happy with it. We're really pleased that we didn't go for like the Pro or anything, because that's so much more expensive for features that we just personally won't use. Whereas with this iPad, it's like I said, it was the cheaper of the iPads. It's unusual that Apple released an iPad of that value for the features that it had. You can connect a smart keyboard to it and things like that, so if that's something that interests you, you can also do that with this. Probably not something that we'd use personally. I was looking at cases and there was some smart keyboards you could purchase, such as Logitech ones that wasn't Apple but still like a good brand. And we just said we won't use that. Like, we have computers, Rich has a computer, I have a Mac, and it's just not something that we'd use this instead of that. Whereas for us it's more of a phone substitute, and yeah, we really like it. It's so nice and portable, and it's just everything in an iPad that you want. And if it's something that you're thinking of getting but you're not too sure, I definitely say do it. We got ours through Currys, so that we're paying monthly for it, but the beauty with Currys is that if at any point you just want to pay off the remaining balance and be done with it, then you can. And yeah, we're really pleased with it. And I just wanted to show you because I just think these videos are just informative for people that are considering buying it. I know I'm someone that watches so many YouTube videos before I finally commit to buying a new piece of technology, that I just thought I would show my opinion and let you guys know our first impressions of it. And I would generally recommend it. If you are thinking that an iPad is something that you'd use and that you get a lot of use out of, then I'd definitely say go ahead. If you've never really had an iPad before and you're trying to think of like, oh, it will do this more than the phone, it will do this more than the phone, it doesn't do too much more. Especially if you have an iPhone, if you're going to connect the two, the same iTunes account or Apple account, then I just say don't bother, because they would be very similar. Whereas for us, this is totally separate, and yeah, we really like it. We're so happy with it. And yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope that it's helped you decide whether or not to go ahead. Give it a thumbs up if it has been helpful, and don't forget to subscribe down below if you'd like to watch more of my videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.